Namaste. So talking about goddesses and what are the different forms, कौन से form में goddesses connect होती हैं. As we all know that there are this holy trinity which we know as goddess Saraswati, goddess Lakshmi and goddess Kali. So if you really go deep into it and understand the symbology or why it is shown in a particular way, there are these three gunas which are active. So Saraswati is the sattvic guna, so that's why she is depicted in white. She is somebody who invokes purity, who invokes creativity. When we are thoughtless, when we are not connected to anything as as an energy of chaos, then we are very clear in our thinking, and that's where the emergence of creativity happens. And that's why music is associated with Saraswati, throat chakra is associated with Saraswati, because in the midst of silence or in the midst of the beauty of being is the creative ability of a person that comes up. So Saraswati as an energy is soothing, is definitely very creative, but somebody who also inspires wisdom. So in Tantra, different forms of Saraswati are shown. So not all of them are very soothing. Like Matangi is a form of Saraswati where she comes across as a very fierce goddess. So she kind of forces you to be wise. She kind of tests you so that you choose the right thing. So, but necessarily the value is wisdom and necessarily the value is creativity. So that's where Saraswati as one form is. The second form is goddess Lakshmi, and goddess Lakshmi is actually the Vasundhara, the energy of earth, where you connect to abundance, because Lakshmi is not just money. Lakshmi is the energy that is created out of the nurturing of earth. So everything that we eat, everything that we use, everything that is associated with our daily life is goddess Lakshmi. So that's why on this earth, because the Adhipatya or the most important goddess that is worshipped is goddess Lakshmi, because everything is a form of value and everything is associated with money. So even if you're born, you need money. Even after death, to get your cremations done, you need money. So that's how dependent we are on the energy of Lakshmi. And that's why she is worshipped the most on earth as well. But Lakshmi is associated with awareness, and that's why she's always with Vishnu, because Vishnu is somebody who's always working with awareness. So if you're aware, Lakshmi is going to grow. That's why she's also called Lakshmi. Lakshmi, Laksh as in focus, goal. So the more awareness you have, the more growth and more Lakshmi will come to you. That's how the energy of Lakshmi is. She's very expanding. So wherever you see greenery, it's Lakshmi. Wherever you connect to expanse, she's Lakshmi. Wherever you connect to water, it's Lakshmi. Because wherever there is water, there is going to be growth and civilization. That's how civilization started. Like people started going to places near water and started building villages, started connecting to life form, and that's how Lakshmi as an energy came. And that's why we worship her also in different forms. Like there are 8 forms of Lakshmi that we worship, because we know that Ashta Lakshmi is the essence of Lakshmi in life. So what we eat is called the Dhanya Lakshmi. What we study is called Vidya Lakshmi. The way we connect to our children, it's called Santan Lakshmi. Why is there this desire? The moment there is a desire, there is fulfillment, and the entire desire consciousness comes because of Lakshmi. And she is in our solar plexus. That's why whenever we have a desire, we also want to take the right action. कि अगर ये चाहिए तो इसके लिए ये करेंगे, and इसकी वजह से अपने को वो मिलेगा. So that's how Lakshmi is. As we all know that all the 8 forms are associated in our everyday life. We connect to those 8 forms in our everyday life. And then we have Kali. Kali is the fierce goddess who's unconventional. This is how our heart is, isn't it? Our heart is not conventional. We don't like to do things that are told to us. We don't like to follow rules. We don't like to be labeled in a structured way. We are trying to honor because of conformity. We are trying to be like other people so that we feel more accepted, more loved, more appreciated by the world. But deep inside in our heart, we are really not like other people. And we all know that we are unique. We all know that we cannot stick to a particular script or a pattern and honor somebody else's desires. That's why we feel agitated even when our parents tell you to do an XYZ thing, when your partner tells you to do an XY things, because in your heart you're free, and that's what Kali is. Kali is that fierce form of freedom. And that's why when you're not free, you tend to get angry. When you're not honored with, when you don't get what you want, you tend to get fierce and angry. And that's what Kali is. She's really not bothered about a particular way of looking. There is no conformity in her being at any level. She is a pure expression of her wildness. She is beauty personified as truth, because Kali, as Kali the word means time, she is that timeless energy. She is the depiction of time, the truth and reality that comes up. So Kali is also associated with blood, because another form of Kali that we know of is Durga. And it is blood because as we all started getting civilized, when humans as being existed, we have always taken blood of something or the other. So you like it, you don't like it, you have to accept it, that human existence has always cost a lot for Earth. I mean, it has always caused destruction. That's why we know that as we are growing, as we are getting more civilized, as technology is coming along, we are definitely not being nice to nature. But I think it's a part of nature as well, because that's what the goddess wanted. I mean, the goddess is aligned to that, and that's where we need to acknowledge. We need to acknowledge the balance that we are creating. We need to acknowledge that if we are taking away from nature, we need to give back to nature. And that's why even right now, the awareness in people is increasing across last 2 decades. As we have all seen, that love for animals is increasing, love for nature is increasing. People are becoming more and more sensitive to what they are doing to Mother Earth. And that's the energy of Kali, that's the energy of Durga, that you acknowledge it, you give it back, because finally what you're taking from Earth is also her child, and you as a child of Mother Earth needs to give back and create that beautiful balance. So that's what Trinity stands for. Trinity of goddesses stands for the balance, the harmony, the coexistence that exists on nature. So even in Western cultures, you will see that there is a force of Trinity that exists, that is acknowledged, even for male energy, even for feminine energy, because there also, like, the energy is seen in 3 parts. That first you are a baby, it's the maiden energy, then a full blown, like a full goddess energy, and then the crone energy. So it's like the 3 aspects, 3 yugas. जैसे हम पहले छोटे होते हैं, फिर मतलब बच्चे होते हैं, फिर बड़े हो जाते हैं और फिर बूढ़े होते हैं. So ये 3 cycles is also a form of the beautiful holy trinity that we experience within our own body. Like who you were when you were a child, and who you are as a youth, and how you start aging and how you start kind of exiting from life. This acknowledgement of the beginning of life and the end of life is where the beautiful trinity's wisdom exists.